Good evening, everybody. I know that it is challenging with load shedding, but I know that we've got so many of our brand partners watching on YouTube. And tonight I am so excited about this training. And this time of year, we know it is time that we plan. We know it is time that we we do our vision boards, we set ourselves up for success for the year. So this is what this call is all about, vision board training. And tonight I am so excited to have one of a brand partner that I love, and I'm sure you do. Jade is on the call with us, and she's going to do for us vision casting, vision boarding, and putting plans together. Hey Jade, how are you doing?
Whoops, I am great, Lee. How are you? I also love you so much, Lee. Thank you for a nice intro.
No, it's I mean you've got always got so much on, but you're always willing to help, and every time you're on the call, you share amazing things with us. So I'm sure you're going to share amazing things with us again tonight. I just quickly need to run through disclaimers, then I will hand over to you. So as you
Perfect.
know, anything information in this presentation, especially related to products, is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and this information is for the South African market only. And because we're talking tonight about finance and earnings and plans, the other income disclosure statement is the brand partner income disclosure this herein is potential gross earnings and not net of any business expenses, and not necessarily representative of the actual income, if any, that brand partner can or will earn through Young Living sales compensation plan. Each brand partner's incomes and earning depends on the individual's diligence, work effort, and market conditions. Young Living does not guarantee any income or rank achievement. And then they want us to see the income disclosure statement. So for those who want to see, please take a screenshot. Here is our income disclosure statement. Now, with all of that done and compliance dusted, I'm going to hand over to you, Jade.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you. I'll also be sharing the income disclosure later because we are going to discuss visually seeing that and some of those numbers, which is so helpful because, as you said, we are discussing finances. And well done, by the way. I think I might vote you in for some horse racing. Very good commentating there, very fast-paced speed. Okay, so I think I have permission to share my screen. Yeah, let's see. Yep, I do. Thank you, Lee. Okay, so bear with me, guys, while I grab this. Lee, can you see? Brilliant. Okay, so this is a really fun topic for me. I really love it. And I'll be honest, I haven't actually created and built my own board yet, which I plan to do, but I'm going to give you guys some great ideas. I've done it in the past though, so I do understand how well this process works, and you will see why you want to be doing this for yourself and why you should feel motivated and incentivized basically to do this, because you can only benefit from this. All right, so vision casting and goal setting. So firstly, some of you might not know who I am. So hello, Oily community, I am Jade. I got started with Young Living about 5 years ago. And I got started because my younger daughter was my inspiration. She really wasn't well at the time. She was 16 months old and we were struggling with seizures, febrile seizures. That's when they get a fever and they go into having a seizure. And I just was not getting answers from traditional and conventional methods. I was trying all the things. And I spoke to my good friend's sister, who I wasn't really close to, and now she is my best friend, and just shared what was going on. And she said, well, I really encourage you to try one of these starter kits. And I said, wow, that's an investment. She said, it is, but I am so confident it's going to help, and not only help you with when you have an issue, but help to prevent issues in the future. Well, my kits arrived and I made a roller for my daughter who was 16 months old. And I'm so proud to say that she has not had a febrile seizure since we started using essential oils. In addition, we have been drug-free in my home for, gosh, since I got that starter kit about 5 years ago. So that's really awesome and exciting. And of course, what happens when that happens is you are naturally excited about something, just like trying a new restaurant for the first time, you want to share. So I had no idea that sharing was actually doing this business. I remember calling up Stacy, who helped me get started, and saying, okay, I have these 2 friends, they know what I've been through, and they've just watched my success, and you need to help them get a kit. And she said, well, no, you need to help them and get a kit. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that means. She goes, well, I know it was an investment for you. Go ahead, share that with them, and you will get the fast start, which is basically commission, because this is your thank you check. And the rest was history. Seriously, within a month of hosting classes, I actually hit the rank of silver, and the rest is history for me. When I knew that Young Living was going to start in South Africa, which was really awesome, that I had the opportunity to go on a Royal Crown Diamond event with Stacy when she hit Royal Crown Diamond, and I was one of her 6 people. You're supposed to choose 6, preferably one from each leg that you have, in order to hit Royal Crown Diamond. So I was one of her 6, and they asked us to share who we are and what rank we were and whatever we're loving about Young Living. And the next thing, there was this wonderful woman who is also South African but living in Utah, and she came and chatted with me. She's like, the Young Living, and we're going to bring it to South Africa. And I was so excited that very soon after that actually booked a ticket to come and started doing classes and teaching and educating. So South Africa is where my heart lies, and it's truly my joy to educate in my country of my birth. So that's a bit about me. All right, so vision casting. I've put these little quotes here underneath these, like, different topics that I'm doing. So dreaming allows far more possibilities than self-doubt ever will. So casting a vision or creating a vision board is key to your success. You need to be constantly reminding yourself what you want for yourself. So this can come up in several ways. Okay, you can make a vision board, which is like vision casting. And casting, it's interesting for me. That kind of means also imagining or visualizing, what it is that you're seeing. So it's casting a vision. It's basically, that's why you imagine, like, fishing, and you are casting what you hope to catch or what you hope to pull into your reality. So some supplies, of course, you would want, if you're doing it hard copy way, which I do encourage, because there is something almost meditative about doing this process, and also about bringing it to yourself. So I really recommend that you actually do make it tangible. So you will want a board, magazines, glue, scissors. And if you don't have magazines like travel and leisure, ask a friend or get some of them, because basically you need magazines with what you're interested in as well. Okay. And if you don't have that, of course, we have internet, and you can always look at images, look them up, and print those out. Sorry, one quick second. My daughter is here and I don't know what she needs.
Lip gloss. Where's the lip?
Inside there. Or otherwise ask Mika, okay? Sorry. Okay, so you want to choose pictures that speak to you. And this is super important. So for a lot of us, it's travel, it's a new car you want, it's a house. Maybe you are at a place where you actually want a guest house. You are striving for a lot more than just a new car or a new house or whatever it is, okay? And truly something like even an organized kitchen, like those things speak to me. I like things that are color-coded and super organized. It was actually always on my vision to have a pantry that you could open and everything is labeled. So I even took things like that out, and what do you know, that's how my pantry ended up looking, where it was actually just like this picture, organized and legible and all of that. So the other thing I want to mention is, if you do feel attracted to colors or images, even if it's not a vision, put that in there anyway, because it's actually very elevating, and there's something about it that's attracting you to it. So if you see a beautiful blue, and it's not necessarily the ocean, and it's not necessarily, oh, it's me kite surfing, just pull that blue color, and it can be part of a background or something else, but just put it in, because it's, yeah, there is an attraction to that, and you want to have that in there. Okay. The other thing is, like, try to find a rank name that you're aiming for. So in other words, if you are executive and you want to be silver, try and find the word silver. Otherwise, cut out the letters. It could be quite cute, like vision, how it is there in that picture in this, what I'm showing you. So have that on there. The other thing that you can always do, of course, is you can write it out as well if you're struggling to find it. And it's, if you have nice handwriting or whatever it is, put it on there. Okay, so put that rank that you wish to be on your vision board. So the other little quote, a nice quote here, is don't be afraid of the space between your dreams and reality. If you can dream it, you can make it so. So I'm going to show you this cool video that actually Lee found, which is on the Young Living Europe Instagram. And this is another way that you can do it. We do live in such a technical world, as we know, and so you can absolutely do this on your phone. So I don't want you to say, oh, but no excuses. If you don't have magazines, if you don't have these pictures, if you can't find them, I want you guys to research pictures that speak to you on your phone. You can type them, you can search them. Maybe it's even an ad, like Facebook loves to hear what you're doing, loves to guess what it is that you want to buy, right? Sometimes it's not a guess and it is so accurate, it's scary. But anyway, screenshot those things. Like, it's so funny today. My husband actually mentioned about this machine that makes nut milk for you. I've been wanting one of those for the longest time. And he ended up saying he was talking to a client who's in the States and she got this machine and he was explaining it to me. I'm like, I know that thing. I've been wanting that for so long. And suddenly his interest was piqued. He's like, oh, you actually know it? Guys, I'm kind of sharing with you, I'm sure he's going to get one for me, like as a gift, because now he knows that I actually like it. So just to show you these things, when you keep it close to your reality, it just comes into your reality. So I want you to think of what it is that you are wanting as if you have a catalog from the universe, from God, from source, whatever it is that you believe in. You literally are picking off and picking out what you want for yourself. We will talk a little bit about, you know, that feeling of greed or guilt. We're going to touch on that a little bit later. But for now, the world is your oyster, and I want it. Imagine that all of these things are possible. So anyhow, you can screenshot these images, then you create a collage with an app. There's so many apps that you can get that create a collage for you. Save it and then set it as your lock screen, or you can print it and frame it. So here is the video that I'll share with you. I might not share the sound, so you can see you're creating your collage there. You can save it, set it as your lock screen, or print it out and put it in a pretty frame. So that's a really nice way as well to make a vision board that is super easy, that I wanted to show you guys. So that's pretty cool that Europe shared that. You know, Young Living Europe actually shared that. Fun idea. Okay, then moving on. The next step is, once you have this in front of you and you have your pictures, you have your images, you've created all of these things, there's something that's super important for you to do. You need to imagine that you have already achieved this thing, or you already own this thing. It just is in your existence, okay? So don't worry about how am I going to get that for now. Just think, I already am that. So if you are executive, you're shooting for silver, imagine you already are silver. If you desperately want a new car because yours is breaking down, you just want that Toyota Prius, that's what you've got your eye on, you've always wanted it. I want you to imagine that you already have it. So this is the part where you actually really visualize, and you need to use that your head and your mind. So what you want to do is you want to get very specific, okay? You need to know which model it is of the, as an example, is a new car, okay? You need to know which model, what make, the color, even which year it is that you want. Get a picture of it so you have that image. Then you close your eyes and you actually want to bring in every and all of your senses to make it as real as possible. So you actually ask yourself, how does it smell? Well, we all know what new cars smell like, but be specific. Is the car you want, is it actually canvas seats? Are they leather seats? So how does that smell? It's different. Also, you've probably put the Via diffuser in there. So how does that smell? What are the first oils that you're putting in to your brand new car? And imagine how that smells. Then, where are you driving to in your car? Where's the first trip you're going to take? once you have this car? Or where do you see yourself going all the time? Suddenly, if you are stuck in traffic, it's not so bad anymore because you've got your podcast playing through it that you know is linked up and it's synced, right? So what are you seeing in front of you? What's around you when you're driving in the car? How does this car feel in your hands? What's the steering wheel like? What music are you listening to? Is it a convertible? And so you're hearing the wind. And what does it taste like? And that one is oftentimes funny for people because, you know, well, what does silver taste like? Is silver, of course, we don't know what silver necessarily tastes like, but I want you to be creative. Silver for you might taste like this restaurant you've been dying to try, but you never do because it's just too expensive and you feel guilty to go there because there's so much else you could do with that money. Well, now you'll have that extra money and you are able to go and enjoy that meal without guilt. And again, we'll talk about the guilt and the money thing in a little bit. Okay, so a couple more things to remember about vision casting is create a clear vision for yourself. Include it all, whether it's personal and business stuff. You must also set goals to achieve the overall vision. We're going to go into goal setting. You need to have a plan for how to achieve it. You want to communicate your vision. So involve as many people as possible. It actually helps you keep you accountable, but it also makes things believable. So recently we've been looking for a new car and we've really been wanting one. Everyone knew that we were. It's important that you spread that out, what you're trying to get, because also the universe and these people are there to help you. They want to help. They want to support you. If you are specific, I'm looking for the Toyota Prius. Next thing you know, someone's like, oh my gosh, my uncle has got a job offer in the UK and he has to leave. He has a Toyota Prius. He's willing to sell it for X amount. The next thing you know, you have it. So again, it's not about the how, it's about trusting and believing. It's all possible to have all the things that you want. So it is an ongoing process and it's very important to regularly review and adjust your visions as circumstances change. Okay. So, you know, sometimes things get a bit tricky. Maybe you wanted to, I don't know, birth a summer baby, and it turns out you're actually struggling to fall pregnant. It's not going to be a summer baby. Change the visual. Start finding pictures of a baby that's bundled up and with a beanie on, but don't give up the dream. Okay, so that's really important. Now let's talk about goal setting. So I should have actually started with goal setting, but I kind of find they're both equally important, but this is how we break it down into more tangible steps. So goals provide direction and motivation, and they have to be, that best acronym is SMART. They have to be this in order for them to actually be realistic, okay? So they must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So for example, you can use that to create a goal like this. I will hit silver rank by hosting 8 classes in a month, 2 times a week by the end of next month. That's when you hit silver, okay? So this goal is specific. You're saying I will hit silver. And by the way, there is something very interesting about language. It's actually wonderful to even say, I am silver, because I host 8 classes a month. And, you know, so put it in the present instead of I will, because that often feels far away. Anyway, it is achievable. So it can be achieved through being consistent and following daily RPAs. That stands for income producing activities. I'm going to touch on that towards the end so that you can, I'm going to break it down on, well, what do I do actually? I'm going to show you. And then you want them to be relevant. So in this instance, it's to your business or career, and time bound. And I said by the end of next month, that is when you are hitting silver. So the next thing is you want to break down those large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. And that is what is going to help you to achieve them. Because it's all good and fine to say again, well, I want the car, right? But when do you want this car? I wasn't specific with when I wanted the car, and therefore it took us a year to get a car. Okay, so don't be like me and do that. Be specific. When do you want it by, and what do you want? It also took us a while. We were wavering between 2 types. No wonder it took us so long. Okay, this is an exercise by Annie Hauser. I love this, and it's the perfect time to do this. So I'm going to do this as well, and I want you guys to do this. So this is a really fun goal setting activity as well as vision casting. It's both. So I want you guys to vision cast with your paycheck. Now, I know we don't get paychecks like this anymore, right? We used to. Actually, my very first paycheck from Young Living was actually a live check. It was until I did the direct deposit thing. So I realized not many of us are getting actual checks in the mail anymore. Most of us don't even have a checkbook. But I need you to pretend, and I want you to even write this out of what it looks like. If you are not very creative, go ahead and find an example like this that you can print off, okay? But it does help to actually draw it out. There's like magic in that process. The most important thing here is write in the amount that you hope Young Living is going to pay you out by December 2023. So what will your paycheck be in December? So you can see I've jumped ahead and I'm looking at the income disclosure statement. If you are an executive and you want to be silver, and I'm hoping that if you are executive, our goal is that you'll actually be gold even, but because you need to dream big. You really do. You need to be writing down an amount that flipping freaks you out and scares you. But let's just make this realistic for a second. You're executive, you know you want to be earning 16,603 Rand by December. You choose your number, okay? Round it up, make it 17,000. So you're going to make this check out to yourself. You need to write it in pen, not pencil. Pencil in our brains can be changed, erased, and it's not solid. There's something about it that there's a cop-out mentality, okay? So you want to also do this annually. And then next year, January, so in January 2024, take a look at what you wrote. I do know people who have written that number and they were earning not only that, more than what they put down, okay? If you don't hit it, it's okay. Adjust a little bit where it's needed, but seriously, you want to keep that fight strong for that amount if it didn't happen by the date you set it. By the way, if you hit a new rank every 2 years and your goal is to be earning an RCD salary, which is 1,614,173 Rand a month, which is insane money. That's when your life has not only changed, you are now able to afford a whole lot of things. And remember that money in the hands of good people does great things. So you can help a whole lot of people. You can purchase your own freedom and life will look very different for you. And not only you, but the people that you will have an impact and an effect on. So if you just wanted to rank up, or if you could do one rank every 2 years in 18 years, that is what you will be earning. So again, be consistent. That's super important. Okay, so there's a little breakdown of the IDS. So you guys, I'll figure out how to share these slides if you want to as well with us, Lee. Anyway, so there's the IDS, so you guys can kind of take a look and see. So let's go back on some tips here for goal setting, and goals are just dreams with deadlines. So some tips: watch your language, make it conscious language, work on staying positive. Be flexible with your goals and adjust your plans as you progress. So you will definitely hit stumbling blocks. I have been doing this for 5 years. I've definitely fallen back on rank. I've definitely had weird situations with a friend where they thought I was selling them something. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Or things can sometimes get super awkward. But you know what? You keep on going, okay? So sometimes we make a post and no one comments. We have crickets. Sometimes we host a class and no one comes. But the only difference between you and a diamond is consistency. That's it. That is the only difference. So the other thing, this is about the guilt of, oh, but I don't want to, I don't want to earn that amount of money because I don't deserve to go and eat in that fancy restaurant. And, that's just silly money, and I could use so much and do so much else with that money. Guys, you have to have a balance, but it's so important that you aren't allergic to money. We need money to live this life. So money, like I said, in the hands of good people can do great things. I know of Royal Crown Diamonds, and when they were earning the salaries that they were literally helping other people to adopt children because they couldn't afford the adoption process. So that's where their money went into. I know others that have started schools. They've done amazing things. Maybe they've gone and they are living the farm life and they share so many amazing, beautiful organic produce with people. So whatever your dreams are, they're going to have an incredible impact. And remember that the more money that is being made and the more that you get, the more you're pumping in to the economy. Don't forget that. So it's a full circle process. Don't think because you're getting more, Chaim Shmerel over there, or, you know, John Smith is getting far less because you took from him. It doesn't work like that. We actually live in a very abundant world. So when there is more that you're getting, you're also giving off more. It's an energetic exchange. So again, imagine how many people you can help when you can easily afford it. If you have children, often for me, the things I think of is how many things I would love to expose my children to. I want them to do horse riding classes. That's a luxury, but that's something I strive for because I know how much they would love that. I know the therapy in it. So it's little things like that. So set realistic goals to avoid disappointment. But if you are set back, and I'm telling you now, you will be set back because no one's a unicorn. Okay. And if you do hear of stories, even when I share with you, oh, I hit silver in 1 month. Yes, that was kind of crazy and it wasn't normal. To me, it was like, oh, well, that's normal. I realize now it's not normal. It's absolutely not normal. That's not what anyone should be striving for unless that works for you and you have an amazing, huge network and you do classes and you do all the work. That can be your reality, but be realistic so that you don't feel disappointed. Okay. Don't say, well, she got to Royal Crown Diamond in 18 months. So I don't understand. I didn't. So to hell with this. I'm not doing this business. That's really unfortunate. And I think that that is exactly why the percentage of people who hit Royal Crown Diamond is smaller than the percentage of people who are star. That is because the Royal Crown Diamond people just carried on. They didn't let anything and anyone else impact or affect their growth journey. We are all so different. All right. So the power of visualization and positive thinking really help tremendously in setting and achieving goals. Okay. So remember I told you about these RPAs. So many of you are probably thinking, well, can you break down, like, what can I do in a day? I often get asked, that's wonderful that you work with essential oils, but what are you doing day to day? What are you actually doing? What's helping you to grow? What's helping you to get to the next rank? So if you have ever wondered, well, how can I be more productive or effective at my Young Living business? And if you've ever felt like you're spinning your wheels and you just aren't making progress, here are some really easy to do income producing activities to schedule into your month. Again, do one of these a day. It's so important. Just start slow and you can build up as you have more time. Often, many of us get started where we still need a full-time job. Then you know what? I remember someone saying to me, every night, I only have the evenings and I only have an hour and a half. She said, I break it into 30-minute increments, and 30 minutes I spend going through Facebook, and this was in the beginning for her, going through and just commenting on other people's posts, nothing to do with oils, just getting my algorithm up. So I would go and check that out. The next 30 minutes, anyone who had oils, I was connecting with and communicating with and checking in on them. And for the final 30 minutes, I was writing down who would be a wonderful perspective for me to talk to or invite to an event. And she said that was so productive, it helped her rank up. So use your time wisely. Here are some RPAs for you guys. So add a new product to your ER, learn it, become familiar with it, and then share it. Share how it's working for you. What did you think about it? How are you using it? The next one is plan out a class that you wish to teach. Set the date and location. I often find date and location are always the most difficult. Everything else follows after that. And if you do have your home and that's all you have, you don't have to find a beautiful place and pay them a fee. You do not have to do that. Do it in your house. Keep it simple. Okay. So yeah, you don't have to come up with the excuse of, oh, but I can't afford XYZ. No, you can. We all start somewhere. You can share a sample of a product that someone hasn't tried yet. You can do an oil post on social media, explain what that oil was and how it helped you. Then you can contact 5 people who do order regularly, but they aren't on ER. Explain it to them. Same thing with our retention program, by the way, with your newbies. Make sure that they are learning what that is. You could also message 3 kit owners, say hi and check in, but don't talk about oily stuff. That is also so important. I mean, another RPA, I can think of so many, is list all the people, go on Facebook and write down their birthdays so that you make sure that you're wishing them happy birthday. Okay, and then finally, the fun part, yay for this, Young Living South Africa want to support you, and they want to see your vision boards because they know how impactful it is. Even though this is a personal and private thing, it doesn't matter. No one is watching that you are actually striving for the mansion. Okay, that's great. Good for you. And no one knows if you're actually referring to just going to that mansion that you know to have a dinner. Who cares? Just do your vision board, and then you can tag the at youngliving_Africa, sorry, but the main ones are these hashtags, which are Step Up with YL and Young Living Africa, and they will be giving 3 people Believe and Abundance essential oils. Okay, those are both 15 ml bottles, which are amazing and perfect for this purpose, because when you believe, you can achieve, and you absolutely should always be thinking in an abundant way, because again, abundance just creates more abundance. So the more you get, the more you're giving. And that's what we want. We want more of that in this world. So the deadline to create and tag is, I believe, I said Friday, February 3rd, but I believe I'm wrong. It's Thursday, because Lee said we are going to be having a call next week, Thursday at this time. And that's actually when we want to announce the winners. So you actually have till next week, Thursday, the call time. Is that right, Lee?
Yes, so what we will do is, so please don't wait till Thursday the last, but we will go through the post, and we will create a big spinning wheel, and we'll do the call, the spin, and choose the names. So it will be total randomized on next week's Thursday's call. We've got a very special call, which we will share some closer to the time with everybody on the launch call.
Thank you. And that's it from me. So I really hope you guys learned and gained something from this. I hope you feel excited. I really hope you dream big. I hope you take some of those exercises and some of those tasks and actually put them into action, and go grab a pen and get writing, because there is huge, huge, huge power in writing down and setting your intention. Yeah, you're putting that energy out there, and truly the universe, your God, your creator, whatever it is that you believe in, is listening. They are paying attention. So definitely be wise with what you wish for, and put it all on there, truly, all of it. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, and I think we have time. Does anyone have any questions?
It was really, really great. And I think it's always such a good reminder, Jayde, for us of this. I mean, it's such an important thing. I, like yourself, I haven't done mine, and I actually haven't done mine for 2 years. But prior to that, I didn't even wait for a year. I would constantly update it. And I think for me, I'm going to try and do the lock phone thing. It's really inspiring. It's really great. And I think we all need to do this. And for me, I've been listening to the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins the last 2 weeks. And this is so also for me, so like, just do it, right? It's just getting that. Once we've done it, once we set our goals, then if you start to procrastinate, or you need to do this income producing activities, all you need to do is count down from 5, right? So help us going. So Jayde, thank you very much. Like always, I appreciate it.
Of course, I actually heard Mel Robbins at one of our conventions, and that was awesome. And yeah, to add to what you said, the biggest thing for her is she got herself out of a very, very big depression where she could not get out of bed. And one day it just hit her, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to get out of bed by the time I get to 1, and I'm going to count back from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she got out of bed. And she said there was so much power in that, in something so simple. And then she goes into explaining how that works and what's actually going on for us. But essentially what you're doing is you're taking too much of the thinking in your frontal lobes, where we over process, we overthink, we overanalyze. So you actually just say, oh, I really need to do that post on social media. I don't know what I should post on. As soon as you get busy in your head, you stop and you go, I'm going to do that post in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. You just start. You just go for it. So it's really a great tool. I love it. It just
No,
takes that extra.
it is a really great tool, and I think if once you set your goal, and people, I mean, I'm not a procrastinator, but sometimes I like sort of need to do it. I don't know what to do, but I start doing other stuff. So yes, probably I'm a procrastinator when it comes to stuff like this. So
Yeah.
that's why I think this is why I find so much value in that. And she also, and I'm not don't get any kickbacks from Mel or anything. I've been listening to, actually I discovered her podcast on Spotify, and she's really inspirational. And I think for anybody that needs a little bit of a kick for the beginning of the year, it is definitely podcast worth listening to, as well as the 5-second rule. It's really awesome, and she's got some other stuff as well. So I really just think it like really speaks. There's a question for you from Sunette.
I know, I saw that. Yeah, I was going to address that one. Thank you. So before I cover Sunette's question, which is such a great one, and I know we've spoken about that in our team, I know Josette, I hope I'm saying your name right, also shared that she loves to use vision boards. She has 10 on her wall in her office. So many things since she started using them have happened, even traveling to Hawaii, you're going to Young Living Convention and getting married to the love of her life. So it's such a powerful tool. And I can also say personally, I can speak to when I was waiting and hoping to get a visa to go to the United States. I mean, it was so hit or miss. I would visualize and see, I would actually like send my passport like out of the world. I did a whole little visualization and meditation on it. And then I would see that someone was stamping it and getting all the dates right. And I got everything as I wanted and needed. And then it went all the way exactly to where I was. It like went into the world, back to my country where I was, back to my city, town, house. And then it was in my hands and I opened it up and I could smell how my passport smelled, looked at the visa. And before I knew it, I think it was within like 10 days, I had that in my hands. So there is so much power to it. Then Sunette's question is, and I had a lot of thank yous, and thank you guys. Thank you for being here, because without you here, it doesn't, there's no energy in life. So thank you all for your time. But Sunette asks, what oils would you recommend when busy with your vision board, and how would you use it? I love that question. And we've actually spoken on my team about creating like the diamond diffuser blend. So choose the oils that you love. And anytime you work on that goal of being diamond, put that blend in the diffuser. Let that become an association for you. So the same way, every time you smell rose or cinnamon, you think of your grandma who would make cinnamon cookies and her rose perfume. There was a strong association there. Create an association for success. So Sunette asks, what oils? My favorites to use are Highest Potential. I really love that one. I really love Believe. I really love Abundance. I know we don't get motivation in this country, but I love motivation for the days where I am like almost questioning myself and just not doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That motivation for me is probably the Mel Robbins essential oil, by the way. And I would say that those are my favorites, Sunette. And then how would I use them? I do love having a roller, because often I'm finding with load shedding and stuff, I'm bouncing around to Wi-Fi. So it helps me to just put it on and then just take like 3 breaths and even work on the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, especially with the things that I'm procrastinating on, and then just go for it. And I can even tell you guys and share that I'm doing an event on February 14th. Anyone is welcome to come with perfume in Joburg at Levi & Rose. I cannot tell you how long it took me to just like bite the bullet and go with it, just move forward. I was struggling so much with how much should I charge and what would they get? And there was just so much in my head. And I actually just told myself, you know what? I'm doing it this way. I did consult to total strangers and explained what I'm doing and said, how much would you like to just get some help with it? And that was very helpful, actually. So I really recommend that if there's something that you're just struggling with, go to your upline or go to someone or go to a stranger, no joke, and ask, and you will get that answer. Because again, for me, it's the universe, it's your God, it's all of these that are giving you that message. And that answer usually is within us. We know it. We're having self-doubt. So something will help bring that to light for you. Anyway, so now it's all sorted and it's already like exciting. I'm very excited about that event. So I just want to say, just like go forth and do. That's it. There is no secret sauce. There's no magic. Any person who has done very well in this business, it's because they did have goals. Sorry, it's because they shared what those were. They made it public. They looked at them every day. And when they didn't do their work or they didn't get through XYZ, they were hoping to, they didn't beat themselves up over it for 3 days. What a waste of time. Just give yourself grace. It's okay. Today wasn't the best day. I wasn't feeling so hot. I wasn't myself. That's okay. And sometimes you don't need a full day. You can change your state. What I often do is I'll step away from my computer or everything that I'm doing. And even I'm like, am I mad? I have no time to do this right now. You know what? It's so important to remove yourself. If you are going down a horrible downward spiral, remove yourself and go change your state. Jump in a pool, go for a quick walk, go drink a big glass of water, go call a friend and say, tell me a joke. I just want to laugh. I need to laugh. Tell me something funny. And then hang up the phone and then come back. You will be a different person. So that helps me a lot. And it's very productive for me. Anyway, Sinette, I hope I answered your question, but those are my favorites. I really like the purple oils are my favorites. So Valor, highest potential, like they all have the purple labels. There's just something about purple for me that's like royalty and inspirational. So that's it from me. But thank you guys, and thank you, Lee.
Yeah, my suggestion would be magnify your purpose, because that's one of my favorites.
Brilliant one. Me too.
And then well, that's not available, although I got it when we brought it in for incentive last year, is Inner Child. I love that oil so much. And I think it's also, if you want to be like just open and like an uninhibited like a child, it's an awesome oil to use. That's my favorite oil. It's not even available here. I'm addicted to it. So Jayde, thank you very much. Yeah, this is really amazing. I will definitely go back to creating a vision board, because I did one 2 years ago, but 4 years ago I really did a big one with big dreams and big goals, on really lofty goals. I mean, at that stage I was a trainer for Avon, and I said I wanted a BMW X2. Those days I still wanted a bling car, right? And then out of the blue I got headhunted by a global company, and I managed to buy the car. So, and I was staying in the Eastern Cape. I wanted to move to Johannesburg, and things just fell into place. It's amazing once you put it out there. So it's definitely worthwhile doing a proper vision board and vision casting, but also you have to put a date and time to it, otherwise it will never materialize. You have to create a goal. I quickly just want to recap on the PV promo for the month. I know that the month is almost finished, but we can still look at these amazing oils. These oils are all great for vision casting. We've got Magnify Your Purpose, we've got White Angelica, Present Time, Release, Abundance, and Humility. Now, if you want to do your vision board, maybe put in your ER order, and you might just get some oils that will help you on your quest. Then we still have some promos running. We've got the Ningxia Get Ready bundle, which is a box of Ningxia with lemon and grapefruit. All this for 1499. It's 100 PV. Then also we've got the last of the family wellness, which is Lifetime Plus multigreens, and you get this really nice, cool branded Kushi Young Living lunch bag. And then Balance Complete, perfect for this time of year. This product is flying off the shelves. For those who qualify for the incentive, we'll get them on Sunday and Saturday at our Step Up events. We had quite a bit of qualifiers, so I'm looking forward to giving that to everybody and handing all of that out. And I just want to...
Lee, that was enrolling 2 people, right? You enroll 2 people and you attend the Step Up event in Joburg or Cape Town, and you will get given one of those.
I had to pack additional of them in my suitcase, because we had quite a bit of qualifiers yesterday as well. So I'm flying. Hopefully they don't stop me at the airport with boxes of strange powder in my suitcase, right? So let's hope I make it safely to Cape Town. So I just want to remind everybody about our January incentive. This is the last 6 days of this incentive. You know how to qualify. I just want to remind you. So if you qualify, I have 200 tier points. You get this beautiful utility bag, utility pouch, and then we've got the, I don't have the mouse pad here, but it is really my favorite out of all these products, on top of the huge tote bag. And as you know, it's made from recycled material inside, recycled billboards. So that is for tier 3. So if you want this beautifully branded Young Living, the only place that you can get this is in this incentive. Let me just see if there is anything. The training dates. We will just a reminder. Next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, the last day of January, we will be doing our February launch call. It's gonna be a big call. So please make sure that you are on the call next Tuesday. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you once again, Jade. It was truly spectacular to have you on the call. And for those in Cape Town, we'll see you on Saturday. For the brand partners in Johannesburg, we'll see you on Sunday. And if you're not, you're missing out, and I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. But you will have to wait for the launch call on Tuesday then. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lee. Bye, guys.